Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson. So today's market started off with this downtrend working lower here. We have an uptrend with a tiny break and a new extreme. Then we actually had another downtrend working lower here. So I was really thinking we would get some second entry short here, because at this point this downtrend needed a new low and this downtrend needed a new low. So I love these times in the market when two downtrends need a new extreme, because you have a lot of confidence in that second entry short working and pushing lower and creating a new extreme for both downtrends. But unfortunately, we didn't get the second entry short here. We just pushed above the EMA. And you can see we have this tiny leg working higher with a break and a new extreme at this point. So I wasn't giving up on this new low just yet. It is a little concerning here that we didn't get the new high. That we didn't get the new low or push below the EMA. But you can see we push higher and we push higher again. So at this point, I went ahead and drew this spike in the channel here. And then you can see we actually had somewhat of an overshoot of this channel working higher. So we had a break in the channel. So at this point, I'm expecting a failed second entry short above the EMA. You get the first entry short pullback, second entry short failure. I didn't have this downtrend when I was watching this live. I expected a new high for this channel here. So we have a first entry short pullback, second entry short failure. And I was preparing my limit order to go long here on this failed second entry short, but you can see the bar ended up closing doji-ish. So I had to cancel my order. But I was really hoping for a failed second entry short here, because you can see that nice two-legged pullback, first leg down, break, second leg down here. So a failed second entry short would have been a great setup to expect a new high. But you can see we ended up pushing lower. So at this point, I went ahead and drew this wider downtrend like this. We push lower again. We get a tiny break, and now we get a new extreme of this downtrend. So at this point, I'm just being patient. There's not really a bias at this point, so I just want to let prices print and see what the next market cycle is going to be. You can see we push higher and get this uptrend working higher. So I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA to take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high. We get a first entry long here, and first entry long push straight to the new high. So now I'm pausing, looking to go long. I need to see a little bit more price action to see what the next market cycle is going to be. Have a downtrend working lower with a break in a new low, and the fact that we're back above the EMA is signaling that we may be transforming into some small trading range after a break in a new high. We have a higher low here, but this higher low doesn't really confirm much. There's no channel in play or nothing. The trading range is just getting established, so I really want to be patient here. And we get the failed second entry short here, but problem is that we're below the EMA and not quite at this support level. So at this point, we're playing this trading range here. So I'm just sticking to tight channels. I'm expecting pivots at the new extreme. And you get a tiny break and a new high of this uptrend here. And now we had a downtrend working low or something like this. I'll extend this just a little. When I was watching this live, I was playing something like this. And you can see we get a first entry short pullback, second entry short, but I have a doji bar on my chart, but you can see prices pushed lower and created the new extreme. But then the bottom just dropped, and we got a new downtrend that got established. So we started with this uptrend with a break in a new high, and then we transformed in market cycles into trading range. Now the market cycle is transforming into downtrend. So I'm looking for some second entry short on the way down, but we don't get it. We just keep pushing, and this turns into quite a strong move down. So I keep looking for a second entry short at the EMA, but you can see we just continued pushing lower. So we finally get some correction here. You get a break and a new extreme with the uptrend. So this is good. You know the bullish bias is depleted. So I want to see a push below the EMA and some lower high or failed second entry long, because this downtrend needs a new low according to trendline rule. And you get a first entry long pullback, second entry long failure here. But we're quite far from the EMA. I wanted to see it form a little bit cleaner here. And we get a little bit stacked here, but I'm not giving up on this bearish bias. This is a strong move down. And you get a break in a new high of the uptrend. So I'm really expecting prices to get a new low here. I really have to be patient though, because you can make a case that the uptrend is wider like this. And this uptrend could get a new high. But it's really going to be important what the EMA does here. If it rejects and push lower, I'm going to consider this a wider trend. I didn't have this at the time. But once we get this move down, I was already really starting to consider it, because this rejection off the EMA gave it away that this uptrend here was invalid, that it was going to be a break in a new high, and this secondary channel would be the pattern. So I'm looking for a second entry short here at the EMA now. And we get a first entry short. I was hoping for a second entry short, but you can see we just pushed lower and created, the first entry short created a lower low. So I'm still looking for the second entry short, and a first entry short push lower again. So can we get some second entry short? And sure enough, we get a beautiful first entry short pullback, second entry short right off the trend line. Downtrend needs a new low. Perfect second entry short. It closed just below the EMA. This setup ended up, or this signal bar ended up being quite big. So I try to place a limit to decrease some of the risk. But you can see prices just rocketed lower. It never ticked back. But this setup is still a great setup to take. Trade of the day, second entry short, off the trend line, downtrend needs a new low according to trend line rule. Great setup to take advantage of. I'm still not giving up on the second entry short though. I'm still expecting a second entry short because downtrend still needs a new extreme. But you can see this first entry work lower. Then we get a tiny break and new high of the uptrend. So I'm thinking about some lower high or some fell second entry long here. You can see lower high formed above the EMA. I wanted to see something below the EMA, and we just rocketed lower and created the new low for the downtrend here. So now all downtrends played out. This downtrend played out. This downtrend played out with the new extreme. So I have to be patient, looking to go short, so I can see what the next market cycle is going to be. We get a tiny rejection off the EMA here, but I still have to be patient because we got a new low for both downtrends. And then you can see we reverse into this bullish channel. So I expect a new high for this channel here. And sure enough, prices pushed up and just about created a new high, and now we're pushing lower and we're working sideways, but we're already coming up on market close. So at this point, if I'm reading this chart, I'm just patient here. This is area development for me. I'm not sure if we're going to turn into some trading range, or if we're going to reverse and continue working higher, or there's going to be some additional bearish bias working lower. So I'm just patient here. I need to see prices print to see what the next market cycle is going to be. But yeah, guys, today was a great trading day. Very predictable price action. We started out with two downtrend needing a new extreme. I was really expecting some second entry short here. I was quite shocked we didn't get it. Both of these downtrends needed a new low, but for whatever reason, we reversed here. Channel working higher, overshoot kicked in and reversed the market, breaking new extreme. We get a nice uptrend, break new high for the channel. Then we transform market cycles into a trading range here. We get a break new high of the uptrend, downtrend working lower, break new low, and the market, the bottom just dropped here. So now we transform from a trading range market cycle into a downtrend market cycle. Break, we expect a new low for this downtrend. According to trendline rule, we get a new extreme of the uptrend. Now we expect the bearish bias to kick in. I was a little bit patient at this point because I didn't know if there was going to be some additional wider channel for the uptrend. But you can see once we rejected the EMA, this was the signal that this secondary channel was going to be the pattern. So I'm looking for second entry short all the way down. And sure enough, we get that beautiful second entry short that we talked about. Right off the trend line, downtrend needs a new extreme. Perfect setup. This was the setup of the day here. Still looking for the second entry short because downtrend needs a new low. Break new high of the uptrend. Can we get some lower high? And unfortunately, the lower high just formed above the EMA for us, but it pushed it straight to the new extreme. Both downtrends get a new low. Perfect price action, guys. And at the end of the day, we get some bullish reversal here. Uptrend played out with a break in a new extreme, and this is just an area development for us. We're waiting to see what the next market cycle is going to be at this point. So yeah, guys, perfect price action, great day. If this video was beneficial for you guys, feel free to hit that like button below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I have a trading community where I post charts daily in real time. If that's of any interest to you guys, feel free to check out the link in the description below. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.